Hey sports fans, White on Black back. This is Sean, and I'm going to talk about Not My Ariel. Okay? So, we have an actress who actually, I first was exposed to this actress when I heard her singing with her sister. And it's Chloe X Halle, if you want to look it up. Like Chloe X Halle. 3 words. And I just don't get it. Like, not my area, they're changing it, no! Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Why people are getting uptight about it, okay? I'm gonna talk 007 too. But the whole Ariel thing, let me clarify a few things, because Tommy Lauren was blamed for a comment that she didn't make. And don't get me wrong, there are times when I'm not a fan of Tommy Lauren. I think there's a little bit of education that needs to be done. As far as I saw her interview with Trevor Noah, and there's definitely a few things that need to be clarified about the statistics she was quoting. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit that next, or soon. But yeah, as far as Ariel goes, alright, let's clarify a few things. Because there was a spoof article talking about how Jesus was white. Mermaids are white. We all know this. Santa's white. One of those 3 things is right. Santa, or Saint Nick, which was actually labeled after Nicholas, who was Nicholas the Giver, essentially. And that was, I believe, Norwegian. It was in that area, that local area. And during the time, it was culturally known to be able to brag. Kind of like you kill a small wolf or medium-sized wolf that attacks you, right? I killed a herd of wolves. That was their culture. Okay? I'll give you another great example of culture that any biblical scholar will endorse. Okay, 40 days and 40 nights did not mean a literal 40 days and 40 nights. Okay? They didn't have colleges for being able to write books. And so they used figures of speech actively in their writing. And 40 days and 40 nights would be the equivalent, of the modern equivalent, my generation, of, man, that was a hot minute. It means a long time. But it wasn't accurately documented at the time. Because that existed before the actual author of the book. No joke. So, it just meant a long time. Anywho, digressing. As far as the whole mermaids being white, nope. Mermaids were based off of Nordic lore, if I remember right. Nordic or Greek lore. I'm not sure which one of them was predominant. But basically, mermaids were people with sharp teeth. They had fish bodies, they had gills, and they had scaled faces. They had humanoid features, meaning they had hands, and they had all of that. Now, you know, the whole culture at that time, when mermaids were like thought of, how they like to embellish stories and, oh, I slayed a herd or a pack of wolves, dire wolves, big ones. Like every telling of the story gets bigger and bigger. Okay, now imagine a survivor of a shipwreck. Okay, these sailors are out at sea for a long time. Maybe they hear a few dolphins and whatnot, and they think they're sirens. Like, oh, that sounds nice, especially in the fog, and especially with rocks around. Then you crash up on some rocks, what are you going to do? You're going to say, oh, well, we didn't see it. Or, oops. No, you're going to make up a story. A story that doesn't get you in trouble with the people who built the ship or owned the ship. You know what I mean? So, mermaids came from sirens. And sirens probably came from dolphins, given the time period and the area and migratory patterns of dolphins. It's very likely that it was dolphins or something to that nature that was carried by the wind and distorted by fog or other environmental things. And of course, they tell it once and it gets embellished and embellished and embellished, like Saint Nick. Saint Nicholas wasn't Saint Nick. Okay, that was adopted much later. And it was a one person who gave to a village Just a single village. Um, Little small things. Just a bag of small gifts. It just happened once. But they retold the story and retold the story and retold the story, and then it was adopted. And it was culturally appropriated. So, I mean, and don't get me wrong, cultural appropriation, oh, it's a black thing. No, no, no. We've been doing that for millennia. Like multiple millennia. Alright? That's just human nature. And societal nature, alright? But Saint Nick, yeah, genuine white person, Nordic likely, Nordic or Slavic. I mean, white person, straight up, yeah. Santa Claus, 100% white. No qualms there. Mermaids, no, they were based on fish people. And we just romanticize them like we do with movies and stories, okay? It's more entertaining and it has to be relatable. And who was reading at the time? White folks. Okay, that's where the story was originally disseminated, was white folks. So naturally we say, hey, they were white. I'm like, that just happens. And I know I'm going to piss off a few of you, but I'm not going to piss off any Bible scholar in the entire world with my next statement. And that is the whole Jesus being white. Well, any Bible scholar will tell you the Garden of Eden was between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. And it wasn't an apple, but it was something very close to an apple that Adam and Eve bit off. And if you go to Judea, I mean, there weren't white people in Judea at all. At all. Okay? That's the Middle East. Okay? They're brown people. They're not black, they're not white, they're just brown. Okay, that was the region. And if you look at the very brief descriptions of Jesus, he was a very plain-looking man. And he was a carpenter. So he was built, and he was an average-looking dude. And that's being generous with the interpretations that many Bible scholars have had over it. But now, let's go to the whole... If you are a decent actress, which the actress, okay, Hallie, she's got credentials, okay? She's been in entertainment. She's got an IMDb. And if they cast her, they don't cast like idiots. Swear to God, they don't. I mean, sometimes they will... The reason whitewashing came about was because, like, Gods of Egypt, complete bust. Ghost in the Shell, complete bust. And that's because they're casting actors that have a draw. They're not looking at the context. Those producers don't give a damn. Often the directors don't give a damn. Alright, they're going by, oh, this person sells this many movies. That's all it is, it's the numbers game. And now we're being a little bit more culturally aware, and they're trying to draw more demographics, and they're trying to be more inclusive, which, God bless them. Because we need to be more inclusive right now. We need to be more tolerant. We need to just stop calling each other names and having a debate. And I'm totally going off. So let me digress. There is no reason why Hallie shouldn't be the Little Mermaid. There's no reason for it. Mermaids were not white. They never were. We made them that way. Sorry. Now, let's go to the 007 thing, right? So, Idris Elba, he's the actor of, Two Towers, Stephen King novel, right? And he did a good job. That was the one that made me think, well, he might be able to... Nah. Because, I love Idris Elba as an actor, but at the same time, I don't think he's a good fit for 007. I really don't. And, he would be a good fit for 0017. Because I think we've killed off all the numbers up to 16. And that's through... I'm a huge 007 fan, okay? But I was talking with my mother about it. Because she's a huge 007 fan too, and she's 100% Sean Connery was the best. A little bit touchy in my opinion. But, it's more, can you fit into where 007's going to be going? And can you carry yourself like 007? Because there was that one 007 dude that he always looked scared and whatnot. He had one movie and nobody remembers who the hell he is. I still don't. I'm actively, like, as I'm talking, I'm kind of stalling to try and remember his name. I really have no freaking clue. Because he didn't matter as 007. He was a bad fit. He always looked freaking scared. And 007 ain't scared, he's suave. Now, we've got a black woman playing 007. That's a different twist than Idris Elba. And I mean, Idris Elba, he's a good actor, and I think he would be a wonderful spin-off to the 00 series. I can't see him as Bond. And I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm not racist in any way, shape, or form at all. But I can't see him as that. Does he fit the role? I don't think so. Now, this new lady, I don't know a dang thing about her. But for them to cast a woman and a black person all in one as 007, they probably have a good damn reason, because that is a significantly profitable franchise. They're not going to be making mistakes like that. And same thing with the Little Mermaid, okay? Did any of you complain when the same girl from Harry Potter was playing Belle from Beauty and the Beast? Did any of you complain? The original story, the girl was 16, he was 24 to 30. No, he was pretty damn close to 30. In the original story, okay? 16, 30. Same thing with Pocahontas. Pocahontas, John Smith, teenager, grown-ass adult. Okay, we don't fuss about that. So why the hell are we fussing about Ariel? If it's a good story, it's a good story. You don't see people complaining about Will Smith. Why? Because white people like Will Smith. But we don't know her. No, none of that bullshit. Come on, grow up, people. No. You know what I mean? You can't be discriminatory if you don't have any perspective. I mean, look at Captain Marvel. Girl knocked it out the frickin' park. And that she came out of the nowhere. Like, I don't know anything about her, but I saw the movie. Yeah, she knocked it out the park. So let's give Halle a chance. Okay, and if you want to hear some great music, if you want to hear some really exceptionally talented young ladies, I mean, if you're wondering if she can sing the parts, don't wonder. Look up Chloe X Halle. Don't even wonder. Don't even wonder, because you could see it for yourself. She can pull off the musical number. And she's got some acting chops. So let's give her a chance. That's my take on it. And that's my clarification of Santa Claus, the Little Mermaid, and Jesus. Hate me, love me, don't matter. The facts are the facts.